Welcome back. This is Module 1, Topic 3, Lesson 2, Gotta Keep It Correlation. This is a very, very quick lesson in my opinion, so let's see if we could get down to business. Warm up. Describe a possible flaw in the reasoning for each situation. So for this warm up, we are going to see if it makes sense or not. I like to refer this to causation, which is on the STAR test. Does it cause the other? If I wash my hands regularly, I will not get sick. Give yourself a moment to read all of them. I'll read them out loud. And ask yourself, does it make sense? Number 2, if I practice my guitar every day, I will be a rock star. Number 3, if I wear my favorite football jersey to support the team, they will win the game. Number 4, if I am a good driver, I will not have an accident. Let's reflect real quick. If I wash my hands regularly, there will be a possibility that I can get sick. So give yourself a little bit of a sentence. Give yourself a moment to say, you know what? You still can get sick. Number 2, yes, you can practice every day, but will you be a rock star? I mean, you could be a rock star in math if you practice every day. Just kidding. But it's more than likely it's a 50-50 chance. Let's say 50-50 chance. Oh, this is my favorite one. I love the Dallas Cowboys, but obviously they don't always win. That doesn't mean I don't love wearing my jersey, but that doesn't mean it's always going to win. Let's put Mr. Ramirez's Dallas Cowboys just for fun. I know that's making some of you all laugh out there. And number 4, if you're a good driver, you won't have an accident. Of course, there are bad drivers out there which cause the accidents. So if you're a good driver, it doesn't mean that you won't be in an accident. But you can give your own sub a sentence stem right there. I won't go over learning goals. Key terms for today: correlation coefficient. Hey, look at that word that I just mentioned, causation, and it's right there. A lot of good vocabulary. Correlation is what's happening, positive, negative, none. Correlation coefficient, we're talking about an R value. We did that last time with predictions, but we're going to go more in depth with what that is. So make sure you have your Desmos open, ready to rock and roll. Coefficient of determination. Obviously, this is going to be our R squared. We've never really covered this that much, so I probably won't spend too much time on it just to avoid extra information that you might not need for future references. Since this is a very short, to the point video, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into the getting started as well. So this is the warm up and getting started video. Describe any associations between the independent and dependent variables, and then draw the line of best fit if possible. Don't forget that independent is your X value, dependent is Y. Can I draw a line through these graphs? Hopefully, yes, you can. If I draw a line, probably want to do it somewhere right there. That's the best line that I can draw through those set of points. That was actually a beautiful line. For part C, if I draw a line kind of in the middle, also another beautiful line. Good job, Mr. Ramirez. What about B? Kind of hard to draw a line. I mean, I could go like this, but is it necessarily going like that? I could even draw it like this, but is it necessarily going like that either? So let's talk about it real quick. I forgot to mention this. Because it is going down, this is a negative correlation. Negative going down, correlation. Because part C is going up, that means it's a positive correlation. And part B, if I were in the class, I'd ask you, well, if it's not negative and it's not positive, what do y'all think it is? A bunch of people are going to say, well, what about 0? What about none? All those answers are correct. But we'll just stick to the normal. There is no correlation for this graph. Before we go to the next video, I do want us to draw a quick reference chart. Quick reference chart is a number line. 0 in the middle, of course. 0, we're just gonna replicate this graph. Bunch of points all over the place. Don't say dots. They're points, not dots. When I get closer to 1, oh, and this is my correlation coefficient R, okay? So definitely consider that. When I get closer to 1, that graph ends up turning these points into practically a straight line. That's talking about my correlation coefficient being its strongest that it can be. Let's zoom in just a smidge because it looks a little far out. Sorry. When I get closer to -1, it is also a strong correlation coefficient, but now this is going down, kind of like the first graph. Anything in between will be just approximations. So let's draw some more pictures. Obviously, the closer I get to 0, it gets more dispersed. So this is no longer a straight line. This is kind of like part A. You can still tell it's a negative correlation. It's just, it's getting more spread out. And going from 0 all the way to +1, it is more spread out. And then it turns into 1. Okay. Very cool reference chart that I created a while back ago. Definitely use it so you can do the next video.